Going on, guys? MobileCarrierNews here, and AT&T and T-Mobile are yet again beefing once again over spectrum. Now, AT&T is basically accusing T-Mobile that they're buying too much spectrum, and there's not enough hands or enough for anyone else to get along with it. Now, this has been going on for quite a while, and this started back recently. This started back actually in 2020 when they're starting to build out 5G. They were barely putting some millimeter wave, some C-band out there. It wasn't fully complete, and T-Mobile took a big win for this because they basically took over Sprint. Sprint had a lot of 2.5 gigahertz mid-band spectrum and low band. It had a lot of it both on both ends, and T-Mobile took advantage of this. And in 2020, they basically skipped ahead of the competition, and they had more coverage and spectrum to go along. It was basically it was kind of a genius move because their coverage expanded on 5G faster. I think by the first year it was 2020. I think it was like 100 million covered, which is insane to me. And they were up against AT&T and Verizon, which they used. AT&T and Verizon used 3.7 gigahertz and 3.98 gigahertz instead of 2.5. Now, T-Mobile, was smart with this. Buying a different company out with this extra amount of spectrum. Personally, I think Sprint would have been bankrupt by this time, and that spectrum would have still gone to auction for all three carriers, but T-Mobile wouldn't get all of it. It would be split up individually. Maybe Dish, maybe Comcast could acquire some of it, but the T-Mobile wouldn't be ahead. And they'd probably be all in the same boat, depending on which one is just faster in 5G, and so on and so forth. And T-Mobile, because this happened and the whole conflict with Dish Wireless, T-Mobile was good in the competition. They were up in hands with it, and now AT&T is calling out T-Mobile because they purchased quote unquote too much, or they're trying to call them kind of a monopoly, not really a monopoly, but they're basically saying, oh, why didn't they actually share? Why shouldn't this should be split up? It's unfair. We all know how AT&T is. They whine, they complain when they have to do something that has to outbeat competition or just doesn't work. They basically start complaining. It's been an ongoing thing with AT&T. They complain a lot, and they think T-Mobile needs to split up the spectrum now, when clearly it's been in use for about quite 3 years now. And T-Mobile is basically responding back saying, no, 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 we don't need to do any of this. You're just complaining you don't have more spectrum because you're focusing more on fiber. And it is true. AT&T is focusing more on fiber. That's no one's fault. AT&T is doing it because it's their plan. John Stankey is doing what he does. The board of directors, it's their idea. And T-Mobile is saying, why are we being hit with this? This is just a waste of time. We don't think this should be a problem after 3 years of 5G being deployed. And, they're spending a lot of megahertz on spectrum. They're spending this, that, and just, T-Mobile is, fed up with it. They don't want to keep getting complaints from AT&T. And honestly, AT&T would be risky, if AT&T, doesn't respond well at all, they'll be risking extra spectrum that they're already using, and it's actually already theirs. They bought the rights and everything. It's all pain. But let me know what you guys think about this. I think personally, AT&T should just focus on themselves. Personally, this is like the second complaint I've heard from them from another source, whatever they were talking about, and I just think AT&T needs to move along and just not be stuck in the past, or just not cause conflict, because it's just going to keep on going and there's never going to be a resolution. The FCC is going to have their hands tied with two big corporations that say one word and then another, and it's just a pain. But let me know what you guys think about this. Hope you guys enjoy this video.